Hello from Farland. Well, to tell you the truth, I didn't get a whole lot done this week. I did get this piece installed. Let me get my pointer. So I got this installed. I got this all connected and this piece cut, sort of a jigsaw in here, and installed. I have a little notch here, but I think that can be filled in pretty easily with some scenery. I don't think you'll ever know later. The big thing I did was I got the incline installed. And I was quite pleased, actually, that it's as smooth as it is. By the time the wire is down and covered with plaster and smoothed out, I think it'll run well. So I'm sort of waiting on the Farland kit. I've also been busy this week soliciting bids from mechanical contractors to put a new air conditioner in and a new heating system, a new furnace heating system in the house, because the house is getting pretty old. And, well, by pretty old I mean it's old enough to go through a heating system. It's 17 years almost, well, it's 18 years old, almost 19, and these things don't usually last but about 15 years, sometimes 20 years, but usually 15 or so. I don't really want to be caught in the middle of a snowstorm without heat, or die in my bed from carbon monoxide poisoning, or be stuck in the middle of a Colorado summer July and no air conditioning. It can be quite hot here in the 2 weeks in the middle of July. It could be very hot. And I just don't want to be without a good air conditioning system. Besides, this one is not very efficient. It's a year 2000 air conditioner, and it was a minimum standard machine at the time. Contractor put it in. And the one we're going to be getting is a much more efficient, with a rating SCE or SEER rating, they call it here, of 16. So it should be much more efficient than what we have now. The one thing I'm about to do that I am going to finish this week, and I'll show it to you. I didn't find the little controller that I lost, but I did manage to get the new controller installed. So there's the semaphore. Here's a train getting ready to leave. And when it gets down to here, it can clearly see, the semaphore actually could see it back there, and decide whether it's clear to go or not. Now this is absolutely not the way the controls would be set up, the signals would be set up on a real railway. This is strictly for model railways. This semaphore is controlled by a sensor in the track right over there. On this track. There are other sensors. See if I can trip them. There's one right here that there's a signal that you can't see it, but it's right behind the shed there. And then there's a distant over here, which is yet now yellow. Oh, just turned green. So I blocked that signal, the sensor over here, and that turned that yellow, and this one behind the shed would go red. There is also a sensor right here, which if a train was coming down this track and transferred over to this track, it would turn this one red. This signal is controlled by, and I can't reach it from here, is controlled by a sensor on the other side of the bridge on the crossover down there, over there. It's actually about 2 foot beyond the tip of my pointer in that picture. So when a train is coming around on this track, it will flick this over to danger until it's passed. I'll demonstrate. Okay, here we are back again. I have the shot set up. And here comes the train. Our DMU is getting ready to go. Signal to danger. The Fast Express coming through. Okay, now it's we're free for the little DMU to go. But first, we have a freighter coming. Well, that was not exactly what I had in mind. I was a little slow throwing the point. I had to fire the signalman. Then his wife came over to my office and she was begging and crying and weeping and crawling and promising, anything if I'd just take her husband back. So we reinstated him and gave him some new training, and everything's good now. Haven't cleaned my track for about 3 months, so let's see how this goes. And there you have it. So that's the signals. Well, we didn't really demonstrate this one, which I will right now. In case you were wondering where I got the semaphore control from, I got it from blocksignaling.co.uk. Seems like this is getting to be Farland Fridays. It's a tough schedule to keep, and it's going to get tougher in the future because I don't think I'm going to be making the kind of progress I did on the layout in the past. But I will be making progress. It just won't be by the huge leaps and bounds that I have in the past. So, I guess bye for now from Farland Fridays. Bye. See you next week.